Good afternoon. I would like to start by thanking everyone who helped me to reach the end of this program, being Dr. Jackson, as well as all of my classmates and peers for all of their wonderful input and feedback, and also my partner Jordan for bearing with me through some tough and frustrating nights studying throughout the course. So, I'm going to talk about several things that we learned throughout the class and how I was able to use those things to better perform throughout the class and reach this point today. So, the first thing that we learned was time management. And there's 3 points that I'm going to touch on that, with the first being planning ahead. And that was very important because you need to be able to keep track of upcoming deadlines and be able to schedule in time for the different things in your life, schoolwork, work, etc., and just have that time laid out based on the timeline that you're given. The second part of that was staying organized. We learned several different tools that we can use, being the Google Calendar or even having just a planner where you write things down. And that really goes along well with planning ahead. And then the third and probably the biggest point was learning not to switch task. And I am somebody who has always thought that they were great at multitasking. However, this is not the case. And so, by only doing one task at a time, I was able to get better results and actually save time in the process by staying focused, and not dropping it and coming back to it and losing my train of thought. We also talked about leadership traits. We actually took a self assessment and learned what our strongest and weakest drivers were. And my two strongest drivers were focus and speed. And so, focus for me is being able to prioritize tasks by importance and get them done that way. And then the second part was speed, which has a lot to do with just working well under the pressure of deadlines, which there are a lot of in college. And so, knowing that those are my two strengths, I was able to better utilize them. We also learned about our power to influence. We talked about 5 different powers of influence, and the 3 that I found applied most to my daily life were the reward power, the coercive power, and the expert power. And essentially, what reward power is just the ability to use positive incentives. So, if I am a leader in the workplace and I have a really high performing employee, I can reward them with, say, time off or a pay raise and just acknowledge their good performance. And I'm able to influence them to continue to do good work that way. And coercive power is the opposite of reward power. It's just using negative reinforcement. So if I am in the workplace and I have a worker that is late and doesn't turn in their work on time, then I can just do the opposite of that. I can not allow them to take time off of work, vacation time, or I can give them negative counselings or whatever may have you. Coercive is something that we see in all aspects of our lives, whether it's breaking the law and getting a ticket, or a parent not listening to their child and getting grounded. It works in all aspects of leadership, I think, when used sparingly. And then expert power is just the power and influence that comes with having expertise in a field or subject. And this is very important because you cannot lead people to do something that you don't know anything about. Not only can you not lead them properly, but you won't be respected. And so, knowing that, we should all strive to continue to learn and continue to grow in whatever it is that we're doing. And that's something that I definitely plan on doing. We also talked about our own leadership styles. There are a lot of different leadership styles, and there are good and bad times to use them. My primary leadership style is democratic because I really like to make everything a team and group effort, and I like to give everyone a say. The positive part of this leadership style is that when people have a say in something, they're more motivated to see a task or mission succeed, and they all feel like they're important, and they all feel just more motivated to get the job done. And so the negative side of this is that the democratic style of leadership requires that you have time to pull everyone together and discuss whatever it is that you're doing. So it is not ideal in a time critical situation. And then lastly, we talked about ethical communication. And there are a lot of right and wrong ways to go about this. The two biggest things that I focus on when maintaining ethical communication at work or in school or anywhere really is with integrity and with respect for others' rights. And so, with integrity, I've learned that it's just very important to be honest and transparent at all times. There's really no excuse to cause mistrust with your peers, coworkers, superiors, or anyone. And then with respect for others' rights, it's just important to not communicate in a way that makes anybody feel, outcasted or disrespected. When someone shares information with you, you don't share it with others. And most importantly, you should never disrespect anyone for just being who they are. And ethical communication is very important. I can't stress that enough in all areas of life. So, overall, I would say that I got a lot out of this class and this program, and I am very happy to be here at the end. And again, thank you to Dr. Jackson and my peers, and to my partner Jordan for helping me get to this point.